G'day, this is Darren here from Property Prosperity. I've just had a question come through, so I'm super excited. So I thought I'd get on here and answer my question as soon as possible before you realise I may have forgotten. So as the can, so thank you for putting a question through to me. Your question is, how do I build my database? So you actually have, nice mouse. I have actually, you've got a couple of other questions. They're probably real estate related questions, and I'm happy to answer them down the track. I thought I'd just focus this one first because I think this is useful for everyone, basically, building a database, whether you own a business or even if you don't own a business or you're a property developer or a property investor. It's just good to have, it's good to know who you're talking to and when you're talking to. So the first thing about building a database is you have to have a database, and a lot of people don't necessarily know what that means. Having a database just means recording everyone you talk to, really. So that's their name, their phone number, their email address. Basically, what you want to do is record everything you have about them, because the more things you can record, the more things you're not going to forget in the future, really. So at the end of the day, you can't get too much information about a person, to be honest. So what the name of their dog is, what the name of the cat is, what their wife's name is, what they had for breakfast, everything you possibly can collect about someone. What that does just allows you to, firstly, it sparks your memory about the history of that person, and then likewise, it just shows you care a little bit more about them than you otherwise would. So, like I said, starting a database, some people just use their phone, so they put their name in their phone. The danger with that is you're not actually recording what you're talking to them about or relating it to a particular project. So you might want to find something called what's called a CRM, so a customer relationship management it stands for. So it's a database that's just a bit more advanced, and it's designed for just documenting everything you talk to someone about. So that might be, there's quite a few out there. Just get out there. To be honest, they all do pretty much the same thing, and so you're probably going to get the same benefits from most of them. The key is you just got to use it, and you've got to get really good at it. So I wouldn't get too fussed about what system you use. It's more important to have a system in the first place. So even if you just want to use Excel and write down every phone call, every email, every one thing you want on there, you can totally do that. The issue with that is you're probably not going to. And I'd probably advise, if you are going to get a CRM or some sort of way of documenting your communications with people, just make sure that it's really accessible and really easy, because you've got to write it down as it happens. If you sort of say, okay, at the end of each day, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write down everything I talk to about that particular person, then it's probably not going to happen. So my advice to you is get something on your phone and get something you're not going to lose. Understanding a database is not something you just start today and then it's done. A database is something you're going to install for your lifetime. So I suppose you're taking a bit of a punt on whatever you get into as far as your database goes, that it's going to be around for the long term, and you've got to be in it for the long term. So I've been collecting people's names and details and all the information I've been talking. I'm dealing with thousands of clients. I've got tens of thousands of people on my database. So I've just collected that over probably 10 years or more. So everyone I talk to, I write down the details on there, what their name is, what their email address. If I talk to them again, they tell me their address, then I write down their address, and any projects I'm talking to them about, I write that down as well. So then I can look back. If I meet someone again 5 years down the track, thanks for the like, I appreciate that. If I meet them again in 5 years down the track, I may sort of remember them or I may not, but the cool thing is I can just look it up on my phone straight away and then give them a response back. So that's my number one tip. The key to building a database is have a database, and then you just start doing it. Everyone you meet, every phone call, everything you do, everywhere you go, just write down their name and just say, hey, it's really nice to meet you. Do you mind if I just get you, I'll just write down your number, and or find a reason why you can get their details. So, write a little article, or write a book, or have a little report and just say, hey, I really like what you do, and that's what they'll say, and you say, oh, that's really cool. What I can do is I can send you through a report that tells you what the market's doing or whatever. And the cool thing about this is relates to everything, not just being a real estate agent, but also relates to if you're running a business. Obviously you want to know who your customers are so you can keep in touch with them. But even if you're a property developer, you just want to know all the tradies you've dealt with in the past and all the suppliers you've used in the past, so you know who to call, if you have something goes wrong in the future. So hopefully that made sense. So yeah, best way to build a database is to have a database, and then basically just go out and meet thousands and thousands and thousands of people and just write it all in your database. The more people you meet, the bigger your database is going to get and the bigger it's going to build. So hopefully that's made sense to everyone, and hopefully people can see why that would apply to them in their life as well. Not necessarily just if you're a real estate agent, but also just getting out there, just remembering who you've talked to and what you've talked to people about is, it's going to be really useful down the track, because literally you meet thousands and thousands of people and it's pretty hard to remember who everybody is. So Like I said, if you like what I say and it makes sense, then click on the like button. If you don't like what I say, then click on the like button too. If you think it's useful, then click on the share button. And if you've got another question for the future, then click on the comment box and I'm happy to answer your questions. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.